This relates to news. Flash floods in New Mexico, deleting a lot of people. You got Chicago mayor says city police won't cooperate with ICE. You have Ruddy on Trump says beyond won't stop, relating to, I guess, what Trump was doing. Trump slams Jeremy Powell relating to $363 billion a year, relating to the deficit. SCOTUS allows Trump's administration to continue with federal employee layoffs. So that's going to continue. He allows them. The SCOTUS, which is the Supreme Court of the United States, they went above. They superseded relating to the lower courts to allow, give Trump that executive order to pretty much continue federal layoffs. Also, a judge blocked relating to something with Planned Parenthood funding, so related to defunding, I believe. So you have a judge block relating to certain orders, and also relating to that, the Supreme Court has give Trump a sling of wins relating to continuing executive orders as well. But some, whether lower court or otherwise, been blocking a lot of things he's trying to do. So that's that opposition. That's the balance. House divided against itself. How can that house stand? If a kingdom divided against itself, how that kingdom stand? If Satan be divided against himself, how can he stand but have an end? So you're going to have the in-house division. Like to that Chicago one, relating to, also you had some protests in Chicago, I believe a few days ago on Monday. Violent protest in there. So you're seeing people taking a course of the action, not regard to kings and princes. And you talk about that same city, Chicago, the city police, mayors telling them not, with authorities in Chicago, not to cooperate with ICE. So that's that division, man. Now you have border agents. That's the wrong one. Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. That was the other one, border agents. You also had an incident with AA conditions that relates to Everglades, alligator, Alcatraz, or alligator, Auschwitz, in German. Allegedly, certain things relating to extreme conditions. It was a report I seen on one of those alternative news video news reports talking about one individual had arrested and he couldn't take a shower for 4 days. Also something with worms in the food, and also basically horrible conditions relating to there, man. It was on a report, allegedly all these things. You have that's alligator, that's relating to that detention center in the Everglades, man. That's not going to be on regular social media. On regular media. They're not going to talk about those things like that, because we know why. The media is controlled. It's a controlled space. There's just certain things they're not going to talk about because they have to control the narrative, and most of all, the narrative related to information. That's another topic. Hegseth meets with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Pentagon. Trump threatens relating to control in New York if Mandani wins mayor of New York City. So if he wins mayor, Trump is going to threatens to control New York. Now, former Biden doctor refuses to answer questions under the Fifth Amendment, so he won't incriminate himself relating to cover-up probe, relating to investigation, and also he relating to the House oversight committee where they're pretty much grilling him on questions. Trump says Comey and Brennan are dishonest people. You know what I mean? So that was just some quick reports. This was on Newsmax earlier, relating to reports. And you have Newsmax relating to reports. Let's see what else. Quick news, real quick. Yeah, protesters clash with ICE agents and violent scene outside the court. So you're having that issue with that. In North Carolina, flood footage from Chapel Hill to Durham after the tropical storm Chantal impact. So you're seeing relating to that. And you have it goes to that right here, showing footage on that. Some areas got flooded. He also, let me see. Scripture talks about knowing this in the last days, the perilous time shall come. You've seen the videos relating to talking about the dollar being ditched or the dollar at risk. You have in one report that China relating to stopping U.S. investments that could affect the dollar. That was on a report. So you have the Central Texas floods increase relating to numbers 119 and plus. Trump announces 50% tariffs on Brazil starting August 1st. Frustrations growing over Russian attacks against Ukraine. Texas county hard hit by floods had contract meeting set a warning system. And he's talking about Comey and Brennan talking about paying a price. So the Supreme Court gives layaways to gives the green light to continue relating to laying off federal employees by courtesy of SCOTUS. So a lot of people in the federal government going to be losing jobs. Jury finds a man not guilty under Shelton House party murder trial. We also have meetings with African leaders today. Trump, Western African leaders at the White House. Trump supporters slam administration over Epstein explanation. Jeffrey to meet Mandani next week after withholding endorsement. Weapons to Ukraine mix-up. Trump pressed on Ukraine weapon pause because they want to evaluate and review relating to U.S. needs and stuff. And plus, it's not exactly cheap sending the stuff. You know what I mean? But U.S. don't send the best stuff. They send stuff, used stuff, that, they're going to give them their used stuff in a matter of speaking, as far as weaponry and stuff. I'll tell you we're getting very close to a deal. We would have a ceasefire. We want to have peace. We want to get the hostages back. And I think we're close in doing that. That relates to that. Scripture talks about when they destruction cometh, they shall seek peace and find none. Ezekiel 7:25, man. So they're going to seek peace, but destruction is going to come. And they ain't going to find no peace, man. You know what I mean? So this is just quick reports relating to news. We'll give all praise, Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua B'Shem Rakakada. Just something fast. This Zaya, hope it's informative relating to information. Zaya Washawa.